Her sexual relationship with Louis didn't even last 4 years.
Oh my gosh.
It said he found her cold and devoid of passion. In bed she was a macreuse, a sea duck with a reputation for coldness.
I have just got dressed. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this cardigan on or if I want to switch to a black one. I've been trying to use Pinterest more for outfits and it's really fun. So I've got my little Pinterest boards for like autumn and winter style. I've got ones for when I go to the city, heading to the gym, outdoors, formal outfits, outfits from the screen, fashion icons, and today I'll show you the kind of inspo pictures. I have really been loving the whole white big skirt in winter with socks, tights, cozy cardigans. I would actually quite like to get an actual just skirt rather than this being a dress on Vinted because it's not quite long enough. I would like one that goes all the way to the ground. The original inspiration picture, she was wearing like a black cardigan, which again I would also love. And I do have a black jumper, so I'm going to try that on to see which I prefer. I got my new Vivea shoes, which I do have a discount code for. I'll put it on screen. And the more shoes you get, I think the cheaper it is. So if you're after a few new pairs around Black Friday, because I think that's where the promotion is running. I think it's running now, but it's for Black Friday. They have some really good discounts. Or if you have like friends and family who want to get a few different pairs, then they're the comfiest shoes ever. And I finally got myself a pair of penny loafers, and they're not uncomfortable because I know that penny loafers are notoriously uncomfortable. They feel like slippers and they've got a really nice base, and I had been so hesitant of getting the Doc Martin ones. I was looking on Vinted for some secondhand Doc Martin loafers, but I was just afraid I would never wear them because they'd be too uncomfortable. So when I saw these I was like, well, that's literally perfect, and they are so comfy. I've got some black socks on. I really want to make a big order of some men's socks actually, some like black, red, burgundy, grey, just like long men's socks so that I can pair them with different outfits, because that's another thing. I don't know if this is a new trend, but I've been seeing that on Pinterest and I think it looks really cute. Nice way to add some colour. So the issue now is that because my skirt is not quite long enough, I don't want you to be able to see like the gap where you can see my leg and then my socks hiked up really high. Well, I'm going to try my other jumper. When I went out this morning, I had a jumper and a coat on thinking I was going to be freezing, and I was actually really warm. How is it that we are now officially in November? Oh my gosh. And it's kind of warm. Like I'm gonna look at the temperature, but I feel like it's at least like 13, 14 degrees today. That's just not wintry. Well, I know it's not winter, it's autumn, but yeah, I just want to be cold. I'm going to regret that when it actually does turn cold, because we did have a cold spurt a couple weeks ago and it was so freezing in the house. So here's the other option. I feel like maybe this I prefer. I'm having a very good hair day today. I washed it on Monday, it's now Wednesday. I feel like third day hair is always the best. I'll show you what products I use if you're interested. So I've been using a thickening shampoo, which I'll put on screen, that I got from iHerb, which I have been really enjoying. I really feel like it does add volume. I can't say yet if it's making my hair grow. Does my hair not look really shiny and healthy? I think it does. And then I've been using a Shea Moisture conditioner, keeping it really simple in the shower. And then after the shower, I use my leave-in from Bounce Curl. Any leave-in works, doesn't really matter. And then I use this gel. Again, I have switched to this gel because it's so cheap. The Cantu one, you can even get the Eco Tools, I think it's Eco Gel. These kind of huge tubs of gel are great because they're so cheap, and if you've got wavy hair, curly's different because you need to use a lot more gel, but if you've got wavy hair you really don't need to use a lot of gel. So I just sort of dip my fingers in and then do this side, do that side, and then I use this mousse. This is the Umberto Giannini Curl Whip. I love this mousse. It is really, really good. It really holds. It doesn't make your hair frizzy and it makes your hair lovely. So I'll scrunch that all in, diffuse it, and I end up with quite shiny. I mean, I've just had my hair dyed, so that's why it's shinier. But I feel like the frizz is really reduced, which, yeah, I really like. No matter how much I touch it, it doesn't really get it hasn't got too frizzy the last few times I've been doing my hair, which was something that was bothering me. And then I did actually get this when I was in London, the Umberto Giannini No More Frizz Anti-Frizz Curl Serum. Instantly tames and shines, and I would say it does because my hair's looking very tamed and very shiny. And then if you're curious, this is a steamer, just a regular steamer that I use to refresh my hair. That's a hack I learned from TikTok. I saw a girl doing it and I thought, how clever is that? But it saves you from having to wet your hair and like refresh your hair like that. Today I think I'm going to spray my Fern perfume, which I'll link down below. This is like a very special perfume that you have to get on like a, I think it's like a waiting list, or like you're on a list for it and they release one every season. And when it arrives, it's so special, the packaging and all of the ingredients. It says where it's all from, and the scent is just, every time, unreal. I'm so excited for the winter scent. I can't wait to see what that's going to be. What jewellery should I wear? I think we're going to have to go for just simple gold hoops, although do I want silver? I really would like to get a couple new bits of jewellery, so if any of my family are watching, I would quite like some for Christmas. I'd really like some silver jewellery. I did have some silver hoops, don't know where they went. I do love Daisy London and Edge of Ember, but if you have any other favourites, oh, what's the other one? It was Alex Monroe. Alexa, let me know your favourites, because I would quite like some more silver jewellery and to have like my go-to like silver options. I do have quite a few nice silver necklaces. I've actually gone back to wearing my watch as well. This is from Nord Green. It comes with like straps, which is really useful, so you can change it out. And I stopped wearing my Apple Watch because I was finding it was kind of contributing to some of those feelings around exercise and food and putting pressure on myself. And I really loved having a watch, so I don't have to check like my phone for the time and then end up scrolling. It's a really nice, oh, this is actually ahead. It's actually 9:15, not 10:15, because the clocks went back, which means it's actually nice and light in the morning, so I can walk Roxy without having to wait, because I was having to wait a little bit. Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 9:14 a.m.
I'm about to do a bit of tidying. I wanted to do a new routine where I tidied first thing, because I was procrastinating on it. Can you let me know also your cleaning routines and how you do it, how you fit it into your week? Because I had a conversation with Alex the other day where our house was feeling quite messy a lot of the time, and then it was building up. So I've written a little chore list that we both have to do daily, weekly, monthly. And I decided mornings is when my mind is most alive and I can fit it into my mornings. So that's what I'm going to do now. So every day when I'm ready for the day, I can do a quick whip round, hoover, put everything away so I can work and get on with my day with a clear mind. I wanted to show you what I got in Lush the other day, because I was in London. But when I go to London, I always go into the Lush at Paddington, because it means I can pick up some bath bombs. So this is the first one, and this is the comforter. I used it the other day. It's actually one of my favourites. I always buy this one. The one thing I did notice though, they didn't have very many cosy scents, which I was a bit disappointed by. I felt like lots of them were Halloween themed, and they all smelled very citrusy and very, I guess the scent, I don't know what the words are, but very citrusy and very clean kind of scents. I prefer cozy scents, sweet scents like vanillas and bergamots and pines. I know that it's not really, it's a bit too early for that, but I was thinking for autumn there'd be more cinnamony, cozy, appley scents. Maybe they just didn't have the best selection in that shop. I got Sleepy bath. These aren't bath bombs, sorry, they're bubble bars. I don't love the bath bombs. Oh my god, that's just fallen everywhere. Look at that. Oh my gosh. I think that's done that because I travelled with this. This is a lavender one, that's why I got this one, Sleepy. And this was a cloud shape. Goodness me, I'm so clumsy. I suppose the one good thing is I can just wipe it into the bath and then it can be used for my next bath, so it's not the end of the world. Next I got Snow Fairy because I couldn't not. Classic smell, and they only sell it at this time of year. Oh, I do think this is one of the best scents. I've just got the Snow Fairy lip mask on, I wear it every day. So it feels quite nostalgic for me now. And then finally, Bright Side. And this is very citrusy, it feels kind of tropical, summery, but I do love this smell because it's very orange. And I feel like orange does have festive vibes as well. But could you let me know actually, what are the autumnal cosy scents from Lush? Do they do bubble bars in those scents? Because I would love one that was cinnamony. I swear they used to do a cinnamon swirl. I would love like a cinnamony, appley, like just like cozy. I don't know exactly the scent I'm after, maybe more vanilla, pumpkin, just mixed spice, you know, like ginger, that kind of thing. I would love one like that, but maybe I'm just not sure which one it is. So I'm gonna actually go downstairs and do my whip around the house, tidying up the things I need to tidy up. I just realised that I took the microphone off this morning to take you out on my dog walk and I didn't put it back on, so I apologise if the sound has not been great. I am now boiling hot from all that hoovering. I've got a recommendation for you, A History of Women in 101 Objects by Annabelle Hirsch, read by a full cast on Audible. I've been listening to this for the last couple of days, already on chapter 33. It is incredible. It's read by so many amazing people. Let me get you the list of people it's read by. So we've got people like Miriam Margolyes, Olivia Colman, Cynthia Erivo, Mira Cyril, Kate Moss, Gillian Anderson, Helena Bonham Carter. It's just, I could keep going. Every chapter I'm like, oh, I know her. I know her from this show. I know her from that show. And it makes it so interesting. So the whole premise of the book is looking at different objects throughout history and how that plays a relevance in women's history, in how we've been treated, how we've been lost, how we've been not acknowledged, how we've been marginalised. This is a neglected history, no attempt at a sweeping, definitive, exhaustive history of the world, but something quieter, more intimate and particular, told by Annabelle Hirsch through her selection of 101 objects, and now brought thrillingly alive for you by a chorus of 101 remarkable women in this groundbreaking audio release. And yeah, I have been thoroughly enjoying it. If you are interested in women's history, feminism, how everything basically on the planet today and back in the past throughout history has impacted women, then give it a listen. Highly, highly recommend. It's the sort of book that I'm going to keep and I probably will listen to over and over again because I think it's so fascinating. Like the one I'm just listening to now about a figurine that shows the example of women looking after their children and being motherly.
Which suggests that it was very common at the time and, aside from its dubious decorative role, functioned also as something like a warning. From its place on a side table, it would shout at women, "Look, this is what a good mother looks like. Her body is a permanent open house."
There you go. Love it. Hey, Stumpy. We matched today. You and my outfit inspo. I feel like I'm about to do a presentation because I've got a very smart outfit on and my little PowerPoint What's it called?
Good chat.
What's it called? Screen?
Screen.
Projector?
Yeah.
But what's that?
It's a screen.
It's just the screen. I'm so hot in this. What is the temperature today?
10.
No, it's got to be warmer.
It says 13 currently.
Probably because I've been running around in a woolly. Well, no, it says it's going to be 15 degrees today. It's like November and the forecast for the next 2 weeks is 15 degrees every day. I just want it to be cold. Sorry. I'm not in the mood for this. Good evening. I'm all cosy and we're making mac and cheese for dinner. This is the one that we make pretty much like once a fortnight. It's in my cookbook. My favourite mac and cheese. We have it all the time. I kind of want some vegetables with it, but I'm not sure if I can be bothered. We did get some parsnips and carrots. That's a bit strange to have with mac and cheese, isn't it? No, I think I'm just going to do classic mac and cheese, just plain on its own. And it's super easy to make, so I'll show you that now. Look, I can actually use my little candle holder for what it's used for, to move it into the living room with me. I feel like Ebenezer Scrooge or something. I've got this really lovely shaped pasta. I don't know what the name of it is, but it's not spirali, it's not macaroni, and it's, you saw it, didn't you? It's a nice little tubey shape. I also love eating small pasta with a spoon. Makes me feel like a child, which makes me feel very happy. Just nostalgic. It's stuff like that in my life. That must be a emotional regulation or coping thing that lots of us do. I guess it's what nostalgia is doing things that make you feel like you're a kid again. One of those things is foods I eat, squash being one of them. Apple and blackcurrant squash. I didn't actually have mac and cheese as a kid, but I always had just cheesy pasta, so it's similar. And I've been making this specific mac and cheese since 2016. So at this point, it's nostalgic to me. Food just does that for me, you know? Comfort food. It's probably why I make the recipes I make, because they are all comforting to me. Speaking of comforting, let's whack on Sky and put on Big Brother, which I've also been watching since it started, and I think reality TV is one of my biggest comforts in life. Who else is watching Big Brother? Honestly, I truly believe that Big Brother beats out every other reality TV because they brought it back, and it's like the only reality TV or remaining reality TV that is actually reality TV, because it's a game show. And they're shoved in with all these tasks, and it's like surveillance style recordings. And obviously I know people can go in there and play a game, but it's not set up reality like Love Island or Real Housewives, where there's like scenes that they go to and then they go home. It's true reality TV in that they are in this house for a period of time and have to do the funniest tasks. I love the psychology behind how people interact on it. It's just my favourite show. I love it.
6:23 p.m.
Good morning. I've been at my computer this morning planning recipes for the new year, and I'm going to make some French onion soup for lunch. This is a new recipe on my website, so you can click on that. I'll leave it below. And I've mentioned this every time, but if you want to sign up to my newsletter, then you'll be notified first when recipes go live. So usually with YouTube, it's like a week after or so. So if you want to like see them as they go up, yeah, sign up to the newsletter, and then you get notified every week when there's a new recipe. Roxy wants to hang out. As well as like my recommendations, so like my seasonal recommendations, because I've got so many recipes on my website. It means I can actually like say what my summary is for that week, or what I'm eating or what I'm craving, that kind of stuff. And if you, by the way, if you have a recipe that you really love or you make a lot from my website, I'd really love it if you went and left a review or a comment. I know you all watch my YouTube videos and give it a like and leave a comment, but if you are someone who actually does engage with my recipe content, I would really appreciate that. If you think about when you're looking up a recipe online, this is the best way to support me for free, basically. Obviously to watch my videos and like them and comment, but you know, when you're looking up a recipe online and you scroll and have a look, I'm often swayed by whether a recipe has good reviews, and you can see it's got like, you know, 5-star reviews and it's got like 50 of them. Those recipes are often, you know, ones that have been live for years and years. Gosh, this lighting's not the best, is it? And obviously I recently redesigned my website. So my website it does have information from it before being on Squarespace, but because lots of the recipes are newer and it's a newer website, I don't have that like timeline of, I don't have that backlog of reviews. So yeah, that's a long-winded way of me explaining to you and asking if you could go leave reviews and comments on your favorite recipes of mine. But the review is the most important. Just click your review, your star rating, and it means it's gonna prop it up on Google so more people can go to my website, and that supports what I do on here. Anyway, I'm gonna make my French onion soup now. I'm really excited to eat this, and we've got a lovely fresh baguette with vegan cheese to sprinkle all over the top. Yum. This recipe is quite simple, really. I feel like I would have thought that this is a complicated thing to make. I don't know why, but it's actually quite simple. You need a load of onions. I don't quite have enough today. It's a bit annoying because the delivery came from Riverford, and organic onions, my eyes are already going, of course. Organic onions are #1 spicy and make your eyes water a lot. They're also a lot smaller. So ideally you want, oh my goodness, you want 6 large ones. I've only got 6 small ones, and I just ruined one of my onions, the big one I had, because I just diced it without thinking. I'm literally crying so much right now. Tears are streaming down my face. These are the organic ones. I just chopped a large one from the supermarket, no reaction. You do an organic one, tears streaming down my face. Yeah, you want to quite chunkily slice them, about 1 centimetre thick, and you then caramelize them in the pan. So you cook them till they're softened, add a bit of sugar, and then you cook them for like 45 minutes. And it makes such a delicious soup. You then add some wine, some garlic, some seasoning, and top it with sliced baguette and some cheese. Obviously I'm going to use vegan cheese today. And it's such a yummy recipe. It's lovely as a side. I feel like it'd be really great if you were having a dinner party. The reason being is because you can make it ahead of time, kind of like any other soup, but it's a bit more special because I feel like other soups, maybe people have had them, you know, you have soups a lot at home. So I feel like this is a lovely one if you're having friends over, because it does feel a little bit more special, especially with the lovely baguette on top with melted lovely cheese. Now we have the sliced onion. You can just saute these, like I said, in a pan with some olive oil for around 10 minutes until they go nice and soft. Okay, so we've added our little bit of sugar. You don't need a lot. And now we can just put this on a medium heat and let that caramelize for 45 minutes. And you just need to stir it occasionally. You don't need to like be too particular about it. So I'm just gonna let that do its thing. Here's a nice before shot for you. It will turn lovely and brown, hopefully. Whoa, steamy. Loaf of bread. Oh, hot. Alex just made this whilst the onions were caramelizing. Look at that. I'll leave a link to my Basics of Bread ebook if you are interested in learning how to bake bread. Comes out perfectly every time. Like, look how gorgeous that is. I'm gonna leave it in there for a second and then I'll put it on the cooling rack for him because he's just nipped to the shop. But look at this, going all lovely and caramelized, and you can see all that lovely gooey, like the burnt bits. That's what you need. I don't actually think this is gonna be, I'm gonna have to probably reduce the recipe a little bit, which is okay because it's just me and Alex much, but I'm gonna reduce it because there's not as many onions. Obviously you can see they've reduced a lot. Usually it's a bit more filling out the bottom layer, but I feel like this is half realistically what I would have usually had because those onions were so small, but it's fine. Now because our onions are all caramelized, we can add garlic. Now we can stir in our flour. Now I've added the wine and stock. You just bring it to a boil. I did actually add way too much stock, so whoops, after saying that about the onions. Partially cover this and simmer for a further 20 to 30 minutes. And then your soup is ready. And I've got these gorgeous little Le Creuset pots, which I can dish them out into. You basically put your bowls or your pots or whatever you're going to be serving onto a baking tray, top with some slices of toasted baguette with your cheese, grill them, and then you've got the most delicious soup. Like, it's just so yummy, and it is definitely worth the effort, because I know this is a bit more of a, like, it has more of a process to it, but it's very easy. This is a kind of recipe that's like, kind of like with bread, like the bread recipes we've got. The recipe isn't hard, it's very basic. It just takes a little bit more time, but I feel like if you work from home, you can just be cooking this. And like I said, I think it's ideal for dinner parties, which I feel like is this time of year when people want to be hosting a little bit more. So I'm gonna get my little Le Creuset out and prep my baking tray. So I can take these lids. I'll link actually these because they're so adorable. And I got them, so they're kind of matching my larger ones. And then we can just slice up our baguette and toast it. I've got two options, but I think I'm gonna go for this one because it feels much more French and classic. Alex had to go to the shops because we bought the new Cathedral City smoked. I don't think Alex knew what I was asking the cheese for, what recipe, so he just got this because we were both excited to try it, because I've not tried it before, but it doesn't actually melt very well. I saw this, I tested it, and I was like, Alex, I think I'm gonna have to go back. Well, he offered, I said I would go, but he offered to go back because he felt bad. But it doesn't melt so well. But that's understandable because it's smoked, so I guess the texture is intended to be a little bit more like an Edam or a smoky cheese that you don't usually use to melt. But they're extra mature and mature ones, they melt quite well. And yeah, I really recommend these for vegan cheese if you're after one, because they're so good. Is there anything more satisfying? Look how pleasing that is. So I think I'm gonna try and do 2 for each pot. I'll slice up 8 slices. 5, 6. I didn't do this, I forgot to do this, but you wanna grill your baguettes, or you can toast them in the toaster, but I'm just gonna grill them on each side before doing the cheese, and then we can put them in the little ladled out dishes. Look how cute. Drizzle a little olive oil. Oh gosh, that was a lot. So let's toast these. Gorgeously toasted. Flip these, toast on the other side, and then not for as long though, because you will be grilling the actual soups, and then we can grate our cheese on top. So now we can top with our baguette. You can do 1 piece or 2. Last time I only did 1 and I found that I kind of wanted more. It wasn't enough, in other words. The more bread, the better. I also like to do a drizzle of olive oil, only because sometimes vegan cheese doesn't really melt the best, and this makes it go a bit more, just gives it a bit more of a crunch. And then you can grill these until they're golden brown, until it's all melted and golden brown, which should be, I don't know, 5 minutes, if that. Look at them go. Look at those. Oh. Okay, I have kind of already cheated and tasted this because I was filming this for Instagram. The wine makes it so delicious. Totally worth the time it takes. And now I've opened the bottle, may as well have a little glass of wine to celebrate. Delicious. This is Connoisseur. Their Sauvignon Blanc. Really recommend. Lovely sustainable wine. Good evening. I am kind of like doing some vlogception here because I wanted to film my outfit. I'll show you my outfit anyway, but I wanted to film it for another video I'm doing as a part of I Gain the Weight Back series. Because this outfit is a bit revealing for me because I'm wearing fitted trousers and a fitted top. Not something that I would ever usually do, but I'm trying to go out of my comfort zone. I'm just topping my makeup up because me and Al are going out for dinner and a movie. I'm now debating if I want my hair down or up, because usually I would have it down if I was going out in the evening. No, I think I'll leave my hair down. I'll take my hair clip though so I can tie it back if I like. And let's put some nice big earrings in. Never get to wear these because they're not very practical. So I either need to go for these big gold hoops or these big hoops. Yeah, I'll go for the thin ones, I think. Whenever I wear big hoops, I can't help but think, the bigger the hoop, the bigger the hoe. I don't know where that's from, but it always comes in my mind. Perfume for the evening. I have got on my autumn fern fragrance, which I love, this one. My autumn 24 fern. But this one from Jo Loves, their Ebony and Cassis perfume, it's very evening-y and a bit darker. It's got that kind of sweet, just like nighttime smell. So I do tend to save this for that. So that's kind of very fitting. And now I want to figure out what jacket I want to wear. So we've got my brown leather jacket. Or, the thing is, I'm asking you this. So I've got the label on it though. I can't exactly get your feedback live, can I? Or this. I feel like this one suits the lines of the outfit better. And then we're gonna go for my Chanel handbag because I don't think I've worn this in like months. I feel like it's just been in my wardrobe. It's my evening bag. And all we need in here is a lipstick. And my phone is like those videos on TikTok, so it's like, oh, I'll pay for dinner, and then they open their handbag and it's literally just a lipstick and a phone. To the cinema. Ooh.